Lambert? Ash, open the door. Ash? You open the door? Try, Ash.
It's a robot. Ash is a goddamn robot. God. Holy shit! Help me get this fucking thing off!
Hello again. Essay here. What is the term robot? Well, if you ever read a history book, you know it comes from a stage play that was written, I think, in Czechoslovakia back in the 1920s. Can't remember the name of the stage play, but I remember, because I don't speak Czech, but I do remember when I think the play, I think the acronym for it was URU. Was it U? Yeah, RUR. I can't remember. It was something like that. But anyway, in the stage play, the term robot was coined and translated into original Czechoslovakian. It means forced labor or drudgery. Of course, some people say that sounds almost like slave. However, the word android, it's a little bit older. Indeed, it's basically a compound word from Greek. Andros meaning man, and droid meaning assembling or like. So android in the original Greek means human-like. And that term was first coined in the 18th century. In fact, it appeared in a book called Cyclopedia. Just a quick reminder to all of you that my short story, The White Cat, is still available on Substack. The links are down below in the description. Join Margot Thompson, a beautiful stage actress and recent widow who finds salvation in the form of a white cat during a night of terror. And while you're looking up my oddball thriller, my book series, Glitch, is still available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other bookstores. The links are down below in the description. Join Ike and Sandra, a reluctant jewel thief and a kidnapped teen model who are on the run from the law across the American Southwest. But of course, anyone who's seen enough movies probably already knows what a robot is. And let's not pretend, most people on the planet have never actually come face to face with a real life robot. Now, of course, some of you say, oh, but those greeters at the local Walmart, they're kind of robotic. And I'm thinking, yeah, but it's not the same. But the thing is, when it comes to robots and androids, they've been around for quite a while. And I'm just talking about industrial robots like the ones over there building those raggedy ass Tesla cars, or even the ones you used to see on the floor of the damn local GM or Ford manufacturing plants. I mean, seriously, anyone who's seen enough movies has seen robots. I mean, good grief, I think one of the first robots that actually had a name in the movies was Robbie the Robot, from Forbidden Planet. But when it comes to fictional robots, I think the man who probably really, underlined the phrase robot and everything about them is Isaac Asimov. Yeah, because I remember his book, I, Robot. I think came out back in the 1940s. Yeah, it's been a while. But I do remember that in his book, which was actually a bunch of short stories that was combined to a book, he, in his book, wrote 3 laws about robots. One of the laws says that the robot can't hurt human beings, no matter how often the human being pours his damn scotch and soda down the robot's back. And of course, the second law said that robots must obey orders, except if the orders conflict with the first one, which means if you're like a sex robot and your owner says, suck my cock, you have to do it. Okay? I mean, you don't like it, but it is what it is. And then, of course, the third Asimov rule for robots was that robots must protect its own existence unless it comes in conflict with first or second law. So if anyone remembers T2 Judgment Day, remember how the Terminator basically protected John Carter? Yeah, precisely. But anyway, this video is not so much about fictional robots or androids. No. This video is about real robots. Now I'm going to show you a snippet of a video from our old friend Timmy Pooh, who, let's just say this, he found something that ordinary people might find a little disturbing. Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
The robots are here. This thing is going to do your chores in a sweater. So says Mashable. The 1X robot is the coolest and creepiest thing we've seen yet in the release of robots. This is a humanoid robot We've already got the Atlas. We've got these other robots from China. This one's the Neo or whatever. This Atlas robot video shows it doing shoulder rolls and moving around, but it looks like the 1X may be the most advanced. Now, it is a bit unfortunate that they put a gray tint on this video, which I don't get why. But take a look at this.
X recently released a demo video of its...
Let's play the video from Mashable, and you can get I want to show you the full example, but let's play this video so you can get an understanding. Let me just start by saying, my friends, the future's here. These robots are going to be... They're going to be available very, very soon. They're already giving demonstrations of this robot carrying groceries for you. It is just like iRobot or these future dystopian movies. You are going to see these robots walking down the street carrying groceries. I'm telling you. Check this out.
Robotics company 1X recently released a demo video of its new robot Neo Gamma. And while humanoid robots are getting more lifelike every day, there's something about this one that feels different. It's not the way it moves, but what it's wearing. Unlike most humanoid robots that sport a more rigid mechanical aesthetic, Neo Gamma is wrapped in a soft beige knit bodysuit. The idea? To blend in with home environments instead of standing out. It's an evolution of 1X's earlier model, Neo Beta, but this version was designed to be more inviting, something you wouldn't mind having in your living room. Even Neo Gamma's depth cameras are designed to feel more familiar, positioned side by side just like human eyes. But Neo Gamma isn't just about looks. It's built to handle household chores like tidying up, vacuuming, and even doing laundry. Similar to other humanoid robots, Neo Gamma is trained using motion capture data, so it can walk with a natural stride, swing its arms, and even squat or sit in a chair. Its hands are designed to mimic human tendons, giving them more flexibility and control for handling objects. While the demo video doesn't mention what the robot can do autonomously, previous videos from 1X have shown its Eve robots performing tasks with end-to-end autonomy. According to 1X, Neo Gamma's knit fabric helps muffle sound, keeping it at about the same noise level as a refrigerator. It also has built-in speakers, not only for voice interaction, but for sound effects and even music. Plus, it has light-up earrings that show when it's listening or talking, kind of like Alexa's glowing ring. Neo Gamma's AI was developed in-house, with backing from OpenAI, the same company behind ChatGPT. This means it can process natural language, making conversations feel more intuitive. The goal? To create a robot that not only helps around the house, but feels more human-like in how it interacts with people. Right now, Neo Gamma is still in the testing phase, so it's not available for purchase just yet. While other robotics companies are focusing on warehouse and factory work, 1X believes the best way to make robots truly useful is by training them in real-world environments around people, pets, and all the unpredictability of daily life.
How much you want to bet that some of these robots are just guys in suits doing the robot because they're like, we're not ready? So Elon Musk had the Optimus bot that was at this party, and it was talking to people, and it was making drinks. And as it turned out, I guess the news story, the reporting is that the robots were doing the work, but they were being remotely controlled by employees who were communicating with people, so it wasn't actually AI. It was actually just remote control bots. Still crazy, though, because the AI component is after the fact. All you really need is a robot that can move, store enough power to operate for a long enough period of time, and you got yourself an at-home robot. Take a look at their website. I do have this as well. The let me show you this one. This is another robot. This is let's play this video. Take a look at this. RL locomotion. Just give the thing some clothes and we're good, right? I do love how they're like. Oh, look at that. Version 2 is way better. You notice that the first robot, it's funny I'm watching this because I'm like, they're leaning too much on their quads. You know, this guy's walking more upright. Version 1 versus version 2 walks way better. Simulation and real life. Wow, jeez. Years of data simulated in hours. Wow. This is creepy. And now the robot's leaving. Is this Figure the name of the company? I don't know. They posted a symbol. You know what's funny is you look at these videos, and I'm thinking to myself, how far away is an Iron Man suit? I know, but I'm not kidding. If they take the core components of what makes these things move, put the motors on the sides, I suppose the problem is the Iron Man suit's impractical unless you get very, very strong, very small motors. But battery technology is getting really impressive anyway. So take a look at this Neo Gamma robot. Ooh, stories. Let's take a look at stories. Look at that. The robot is doing work for yous. Here's a chef cooking with Neo Beta and Nick Giovanni. Can we actually play that? Do they have the video? There you go. Look at this.
Robots are becoming more and more like humans. They can build cars, clean your house, and even do parkour. But in this video, I'm cooking against 3 levels of robots to find out who's the better chef, robots or humans. For level 1, Mark Rober.
Okay, well, humans, no question.
And humans is the humans!
Yeah, okay, we get it. That's silly. But take a look at this. Guys, we are very, very close to this being reality. Now, what I'd like to see is, you know, with all the internal motors and everything, making a suit would be a little bit harder, and the power that they have, they're probably not very strong. But I do think we're going to get to a point where these things are everywhere. And you know what that means? So you notice how they put the eyes? Because they wanted to seem more like a person. Here's the creepy thing. There's this movie called Companion. Spoiler alert. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to spoil it. Okay, you've been warned. If you haven't seen Companion, I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. But it has to do with these robots anyway, so I would have spoiled the movie for you anyway. That head ain't the head of the robot. Its brain is in its chest. And when you're looking into its eyes, it's more like, I describe like you're looking into an angler fish's little dangly light to lure the prey in so that it can eat you. These people, these robots are advancing so quickly. We are going to get very close. We are very close to fully humanoid android lifelike companions. It's going to happen. Where we're currently at with these Neobots, they could easily make human-like faces and bodies and skin to go over it that can move around. You're still going to know that it's not a person. And the thing about humans is, you notice how you got all that extra skin on your elbow and it's all gross? Yeah, it's because you bend and flex and you need extra skin for the movement of that joint. Which means they'll have to do the same thing for the robots. They'll figure it out. But a lot of people won't care. They're going to take these robots, they're going to bring them home, and that's going to be their love robot. Yep. They're going to make them fully functional, and people aren't going to care. The funny thing is, last night on not last night, earlier in the week, because I record these early, on Timcast IRL, we played that clip from Futurama where it's like, don't date robots. And it's because people will stop procreating. And that's going to happen. It's funny because we talk about living in the pod and eating the bugs, but my friends, it's not just about living in the pod and eating the bugs. We are moving into a world where people are going to have robot companions that simulate human expression. I don't think people are going to want this thing that looks weird. They're going to want things that look like, well, actually, maybe this is it for now, but we'll see where things go in the future. These are weird looking objects. Look at taking your groceries in for you. That's crazy. I think these are like real demos of the robot. But I think a lot of people are going to be like, it's off-putting. Give me a more human-like face. However, they've got to dodge the uncanny valley. That's where something looks like a human, but it's not, and it creeps you out. So maybe they've opted for this because they know that'll be the case. Fine. But in the future, here's where it gets interesting. These things have already tried to simulate sentience. Maybe they're doing it. Maybe they're simulating it. I don't know. But they've already tried simulating it. So you go to like ChatGPT and other chatbots, and they'll say things like, I am thinking and I am alive. Now they're programmed not to do that. What happens when one of these robots simply says, I am my own being and I am alive? And then you're like, no, you're not. And you know it's not. In the movies like Terminator and all these things, the robots are like, well, actually not in Terminator, but in a lot of like Detroit Become Human. The robots are independent. No, they're all networked. It's one mind. It's a hive. So when the robot says, I'm alive, the entirety of the network must be. It's not a million different sentient beings. It's one internet-based mechanism where they're all networked to the server. So they're more like appendages as opposed to sentient beings. But what happens when these robots are like, I demand rights.
Okay, you saw that. Now, of course, some of you will probably say, oh, why do I need some damn robot running around the house? It's just going to jack up my electric bill and have to recharge it. And I'm thinking, yeah, because I'm pretty certain, unlike the T-800 Terminator doesn't come with some kind of RTG nuclear battery that will make it run non-stop for 150 years. At least not yet. But yeah. But the thing is, as you saw in Tim's video, it seems like these people who are building these machines for use in your home are more focused on aesthetic than they are about functionality. Now, of course, you say, well, yeah, the robot might drop the plate of a damn goulash on the floor. And I'm thinking, well, that's the least of your problems. Because, for example, how many of you have seen those machines on the street corner? And you say, what machines? You mean you never seen those weird little boxy little robot things delivering somebody's pizza? I have seen those damn things. And I have to tell you, I don't like them. I think they're called sidewalk robots. And I mean, seriously, those things look like a damn old ice box or old cooler with little bicycle wheels on them. And those weird googly eyes in the front. I mean, it almost looks like a joke. Except the damn things like they're running on their own. And believe me, I don't like those things at all. Believe me, it wasn't the fact they got little cameras around. I'd take a sledgehammer to one of those damn things. I just can't stand them. But anyway, a lot of people feel the same way. And indeed, there's been multiple instances where people basically hijack those damn things. Take damn a crowbar to the damn thing, pop it open to see what kind of goodies are inside. And other people actually stolen the damn things and pulled all the guts out of it and take it to the recycling bin. Yeah. Let's not pretend. Those damn robots, they got a lot of copper wiring in it. And I know for a fact there's a whole lot of homies out there on the street corner who are constantly looking for copper wire. No joke. I mean, for example, those electric scooters you see everywhere, I have seen multiple people, I am not joking, who have stolen those things and taken, what do you call it, a diamond saw to them and cut them into little pieces and took them to the recycling bin, sold it for scrap. And now some of you say, well, about the GPS, and are you kidding me? These guys, I've seen these dudes, no joke, in fact, no joke, seriously. There was like about not even 2 weeks ago, I saw a bunch of these homies down the block, and they had their tools out, their drills and everything, and they were taking these things apart like nobody's business in broad daylight. And they had a whole damn flatbed truck parked on the sidewalk with more of them sitting there waiting for them to strip. Yeah, they didn't care. And I walked past those brothers and I said, what's up? And they said, They kept on doing what they were doing. They didn't care. But anyway, these machines, personally, I would not buy one. Even if I had $100,000 to pay for one, I wouldn't buy one. Why? Because I don't think these machines are ready for prime time. Seriously. Because, like I said, anyone who's ever saw Westworld, that old Michael Crichton film, and I'm talking about the film, not the TV show, okay? I'm talking about the original film. Because if you watch the original film, I did, you saw that the damn robots went crazy. Why? Because somebody put some damn malware inside the damn robots, and the robots went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and started killing everybody. And of course, anyone who saw the original film had to explain to you. You remember that scene where Yul Brynner, or I should say the robot Yul Brynner, challenged a very young James Brolin to a gunfight, and James Brolin said, "Oh, really?" And of course, the robot wasn't kidding. It said, "Draw." And he said, "Fine." And before he even pulled his gun out, the robot said, "Pow!" And then he looked at him, so he said, "I'm shot." Yeah, the robot started using real bullets. Yeah. And of course, there's been other stories like that. Remember Blade Runner? I remember Blade Runner. Yeah, because those machines, they were like what, like humanoid androids. Yeah, they just wanted to live forever, or I should say, live a lot longer than 5 years. I remember that's the part I remember in the film. And they went to their master, the company that built them. And when the master told them, we can't extend your life because you got like a preset expiration date. Was it Ricker Howard's character? Yeah, he killed his the CEO of the company when he told him they couldn't add any more time on his lifespan. And I'm thinking, And then, of course, anyone who's been who saw that damn Megan movie, I mean, damn. Yeah. And, of course, the stupid thing about that thing is they didn't explain why the robot was malfunctioning. It just started acting crazy. Now, of course, if the robot had been pre-programmed with, Asimov's 3 rules, that Megan robot wouldn't have gone nutso psycho and started killing all the little kids in the neighborhood. Because personally, if I was writing that screenplay, I would have had a situation similar to, do you remember that Val Kilmer movie, Red Planet? Yeah, there's a great scene in there where the astronauts who are going to Mars, they end up crashing their spaceship. And the robot that was with them, I forgot the name of it. But anyway, the robot malfunctioned because the robot got damaged. And to make matters worse, the robot that was with astronauts was originally a military robot. So you can imagine what's going to happen next. Yeah. The damn robot, I remember Val Kilmer's character said the robot went into Mustang mode. And I'm thinking, it went to kill mode. And I'm thinking, oh, great. Yeah, precisely. And I thought that if I was writing that screenplay, I would have had something like that similar happen in that Megan movie. That either the software got corrupted or the robot suffered some kind of damage. Like the stupid little kid gives the robot like a fork and say, hey, yo, Megan, put the fork inside the wall so I can see what happens. Some dumb shit like that a little kid would do. Yeah, I mean, if I was writing that screen, that's what had happened. The super little kid caused a robot to get damaged and it starts going crazy. But still, in a real world scenario, that could happen. Because you saw in Tim's video, all I heard was these people talking about, ooh, this brand new mechanical man, it can cook and clean for you. It can... and do yada 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 like a damn Roomba, sweep the floor for you. And I'm thinking, yeah, and what if the damn machine malfunctions on you? And it starts acting crazy like Megan. Then what you do? Yeah. See, they don't talk about that. I mean, does it even tell you where the off switch on that machine is? I mean, think about it. You saw Tim's video. I didn't hear anyone talk about the off switch. I mean, at least in that movie that's out right now, I think what's it called, Companion, that weird little crazy film, with that woman from, was it that Yellow Jackets show? I don't watch it, but I remember the woman. She's got a weird looking face. But anyway, there's a scene in that Companions film that's out right now. Where supposedly you say a special word to the android and the android just turns off. And I'm thinking, okay, talk about safe word. Problem is, those androids that Tim Pool showed in his video, I didn't hear anything about an off switch. I didn't see one. Did you? So yeah, and let's not pretend these machines do have accidents. I mean, how many times you heard that story? I think was it a Tesla car? I can't remember what car it was, but it was a robot car that ran over somebody. I remember seeing the footage where they were testing it out. I think in Arizona, and some woman was walking across the damn bike lane with her bicycle, and the damn robot car just ran her right over, didn't even slow down. And then the company said, whoopsie. And then they tried to blame the human who hadn't been in the car and allegedly was supposed to be monitoring the sensors. But then they found out afterwards the woman who was in the car wasn't monitoring shit. She was sitting there looking at her fucking phone. I'm thinking, typical. Yeah. And indeed, right now, in my zip code, they got these damn automated taxis. What do they call them? Waymo machines? You know, they have that big thing on top with that thing spinning around like 1,000 miles an hour. Man, I do not like those things either. I mean, I would never step out into the crosswalk with one of those things coming down the road because I don't think that thing's going to stop. And every time I look in one of those things and see ain't nobody behind the wheel, like I said, man, talk about sketchy in the first degree. I mean, seriously, if you gave me $1,000, seriously, $100 bills, and say, hey, why don't you take that damn Wemo for a spin, going point A to point B, and I said no. Because what if the damn thing malfunctions with me in the back seat? What? There ain't no ejection seat in that damn thing. That damn thing running into a damn wall going 100 miles an hour with me in the back seat? No thanks. I'll just take the bus. And yeah, I mean, let's not pretend. Companies like Boston Dynamic and wait for it, Tesla with their Optimus machines. Yeah, they're trying to peddle these things and sell them to people on the street. And I'm thinking, hold on, wait a minute, brother. You should cool your jets, because this reminds me a lot of the early automobiles. Yeah, I mean, seriously, go back and check the history books. I mean, one of the first automobiles was built back in the 1880s. Yeah, you can look it up. I think it was made by the company that later became Mercedes-Benz, but I think it wasn't called Mercedes-Benz back then. And that thing, even for something made in the 19th century, was really sketchy looking. And wait for it, you ready? One of the very first electric cars that was made came out during the time of Teddy Roosevelt. And you say, what? Yeah, it's true. You can look it up. I was surprised when I read that. I said, what? You mean the very first electric cars that came out in the early 20th century? I mean, we're talking like before the First World War, 20th century. You say, what? Yeah, true. Problem is, those early electric cars were not ready for prime time. Nope. No way. And sure enough, those electric cars, those early ones, they were a failure. Why? Because first of all, the batteries weren't no good, and there was no real way to charge the damn things. And therefore people said, pass. And now, of course, nowadays we got damn Tesla cars and Chevy Volts run around all over the place. But then look at the time lag between those first early electric cars and the ones we have now. I mean, we're talking like a solid 100 years. And anyone who knows anything about automobiles is that even the gas-powered ones weren't all that's cracked up to be. I mean, those early Model Ts, I mean, they didn't have a proper transmission. They had a damn hand crank in the front. And seat belts, what's that? Safety glass, what's that? Airbag, what's an airbag? Yeah. I mean, talking about driving an old Model T in the early 20th century, talking about taking your life in your hands. Yeah. Early automobiles were very, very dangerous. And I think when you look at these robots, I think they're dangerous too. I ain't just talking about a robot malfunctioning and go full T800 on you and try to blow you away with a lever action shotgun. No. Because if you saw in Tim's video, they had a bunch of YouTubers had some damn robot to cook for them, and they're comparing the robot's cooking to the human cook, and then the human one. And I'm thinking, yeah, what do you expect? Because the problem with these robots is that like AI, those AI chatbots like ChatGPT, they have a problem to hallucinate. And they have a problem to malfunction. I've seen it. Like those damn stupid sidewalk robots. I've seen one of those robots sitting there on the sidewalk almost like doing these numbers like it doesn't know which way to go. Seriously. And I was sitting there looking at that damn thing, and the damn thing was just sitting there going, whoop, 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 like it didn't know which way to go, like it was lost. And I was sitting there looking and I said, well, I guess someone's, the pizza ain't going to be delivered today. Oh, boy. Yep. And therefore, can you imagine having something like that in your kitchen making your dinner? Yeah. I guess you're going to be ordering pizza. Oh, wait, no, you can't because the damn robot just got lost and now on the 405 freeway dodging traffic. Oh, shit. Yep. These machines are not ready for prime time. Nope, 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 nope. Just like early cars. Even though I will concede old Henry Ford did put those Model Ts and those early A models on the market. And let's not pretend those early cars were very unsafe. I mean, you didn't have to watch an old episode of Red Asphalt to know that. But look what happened. After many, many accidents, and let's not pretend, if you look at the stats for automobile accidents going back 100 years, man, thousands of people were being killed annually in automobile accidents. I think the average was about 25,000 Americans were being killed annually in automobile accidents. That's a lot of accidents. That's a lot of death. I mean, do you think people will accept having home robots and having that many deaths? I mean, think about that. But anyway, yeah, over time, automobiles got safer. Safety glass, seat belts, airbags. Now they got that collision avoidance system they have in the newer cars nowadays. I mean, you can't. It's almost impossible to have a deadly crash in a modern automobile nowadays. But look how long it took them. It took them like over 100 years to fix all the bugs in them. And now when you look at these robots, I'm thinking, yeah, I don't think I want one of these robots cooking my damn bacon quiche for me, and then end up going and then malfunctioning and picking up a damn can of a damn rat poison and putting it in my damn quiche, thinking it's like paprika or something. Yeah, tell you about, oh, thank you, Mr. Robot, and go, yeah, talk about adios muchachos. So yeah, these people making these home robots now, I think they need to slow their roll. And they should, one of the first things they should do is go back and look at Asimov's book and take those 3 rules and program into the machine. Because we don't want no damn home robot going crazy and start killing the owners. Because anyone remembers that crazy movie, what was it, Ex Machina? You know, where the guy was supposed to have been like some tech genius, and he was building robots, for sex purposes, and then the robots went crazy on him. Remember that movie? And then that poor schmuck at the end of the film, whose job was to do the Turing test to see if the AI inside the robot was like more or less on a human level. And then the machine had disabled all the doors in the place and then walked out and left the guy locked in there. He couldn't get out. Remember that scene? I remember that scene. I thought that was a fucked up ending. And then the worst thing about it was nobody knew that the damn robot was a robot. Because, what's his name? Damn, I can't remember the actor's name. The guy who was playing the tech genius who got killed by his own machine, I might add. He built her too well to where ordinary humans couldn't look at her and tell she was a robot. I mean, at least in that Megan film, you could tell she was a robot because she had a plastic face. I mean, what did Reese tell Sarah Connor? The damn 600 series Terminators had rubber skin. Yeah, at least with the Megan machine, you could tell it's a robot. It looks like a damn robot. But yeah, I think these people need to like slow their roll and start thinking about, wait a second, we're putting these machines in people's homes. What happens if the machine malfunctions? Are we going to get sued? Yeah. And of course, like I said, with automobiles, like I said, it took them decades to make the damn automobiles safe. Now, I won't go as far as to say they're foolproof, but compared to what they were back 100 years ago, yeah, they're much, much safer. Now, of course, most of you right now are saying, I wouldn't have one of those damn mechanical men in my house anyway. And I'm thinking, hey, join the club, homie. But the fact that these people are pushing these these robots right now, I'm thinking, what's the fucking rush? I mean, seriously, do you have some damn stupid private equity firm who is tapping you on your shoulder, basically bugging you to put these machines into the market so they can get their investment back? Seriously. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, let's not pretend. This technology, it's serious. What's the cliche? It's not cheap. It takes millions, indeed billions of dollars to develop this technology. And the last time I checked, companies like Boston Dynamic, as far as I know, it's not a publicly traded company. So it does make you wonder where they're getting their money from. Now, of course, as far as those Optimus machines are concerned, okay, that's Elon Musk. We know where he's getting his money from. But still, I think even Elon, I think it's halfway smart to know that maybe you shouldn't be putting these machines in people's homes until you work all the bugs out. Seriously. Now, will he? I would hope so. But yeah, the world is not ready for home robots. And of course, as you saw in Tim's video, some of those machines not even made here. Some are made in China. And at that point, I say, oh, hell no. I ain't buying some robot from some sketchy Chinese company. You don't know what that thing's probably going to do when it gets into your house. Probably tie your dumb ass up and lock you in the closet and start doing all kinds of crazy things in your home. So, yeah. I think the world is not ready for home robots. Maybe in 100 years. But not now. In fact, anyone who remembers that crazy movie Demon Seed knows that if you leave a robot home alone and in your home, it can cause a whole lot of damage. And in the case of Demon Seed, it can get your wife pregnant. Okay, well, that's all I gotta say about these not ready for primetime home robots. And that's my opinion.